33 minutes after the hour on your Monday, it's Michael Patrick Shields. We're getting close, everyone, I promise you, to the end of the graduation party season. And I know that some people have been to 15, 17, 21 graduations is what I've been hearing. And there's one more weekend, I guess. When the next weekend, when that's clear, you'll be clear of all these commitments. And that seems to be the only thing everyone's talking about if you're at all social. Graduation parties, open houses, tent parties, all that sort of thing. And somebody that I know very well explained to me the two-envelope theory of going to graduation parties. I hadn't heard anything about this until this person, who will remain nameless for obvious reasons, but it's somebody that I know well, and you probably know him too. He said that he goes to graduation parties with two envelopes, one in each pocket of his blazer. One has blue writing on it, and one has green writing on it. And in the right pocket goes the $100 gift, cash gift or check for the graduate, and the other pocket goes the $25 gift. And I said, and he says, I decide when I get to the party who gets, if it's going to be the 100 or it's going to be the 25. And I said, well, what provokes the decision? He said, if they have booze at the party, they get the $100. If it's a non-booze, alcohol-free party, they get the $25 envelope. Because some of the parties, because there are a lot of kids around, they decide not to have alcohol. And then some of them do. So he goes in, can you imagine that, with two cards. Buys two cards, puts one in each pocket, and stuffs them and has them ready to go. And then, recycles, doesn't put a name on the envelope because he might have to use it for the next party. That's what I hear. 35 minutes after the hour. The Daily Show's Jon Stewart was in the Lion's Den. He appeared on Fox News Sunday to debate media bias with Chris Wallace. Now, you've seen Chris Wallace on that show. He's a pretty tough interviewer. And apparently, early in the interview, Wallace flashed a previous quote of Stewart's, calling Fox News a relentless, agenda-driven, 24-hour news opinion propaganda delivery system, and said to Stewart, where do you come up with this stuff? And apparently, they got a little heated. You remember Chris Wallace is the son of Mike Wallace, who did that for 60 Minutes for all those years. You want to hear what this sounded like and see it? We'll play it for you right now. This is Jon Stewart, who does The Daily Show, which is like a comedy news show, going up against Chris Wallace on Fox News Sunday.
The bias of the mainstream media is towards sensationalism, conflict, and laziness.
You take your own shot. Recently at Sarah Palin, you compared her video of her One Nation bus tour to a certain commercial. Sarah Palin and a herpes drug? Really?
Yeah, as a technique for the commercial? So you're saying that by comparing the technique that she used in her video to a technique used in a herpes commercial,
you were not making a political comment?
You really think that's a political comment?
Yes.
You're insane. Yeah, here's the difference between you and I. I'm a comedian first. My comedy is informed by an ideological background. There's no question about that.
That is your dodge. Stewart is never held accountable in his media criticism, is he? When he is wrong, he goes into the tap dance of saying, he's only a comedian and shouldn't be taken seriously.
Let's talk about that. When did I say to you, I'm only a comedian? I said I'm a comedian first. That's not only. Being a comedian is harder than what you do. Are you suggesting that you and I are the same? Are you suggesting that, what am I at my highest aspiration and what are you at your highest aspiration?
I think,
tell me.
Honestly, I think you want to be a political player.
You are wrong. Embarrassment is that I'm given credibility in this world because of the disappointment that the public has in what the news media does.
I don't think
not because I have an ideological agenda.
I don't think our viewers are the least bit disappointed with us.
Who is the most consistently misinformed media viewers? The most consistently misinformed? Fox viewers. Consistently. Every poll.
Wow. Is Fox TV more of a propaganda right-wing sort of thing? They call themselves fair and balanced, but are they? Or are they anything but? Most of the time what they will tell you, and David Gregory from NBC said this on this program when he was talking about how MSNBC leans to the left, although their advertising is lean forward, that they're two separate parts of Fox, just like they're two separate parts of NBC, and that is the news is the news, and then the talkers like Sean Hannity and the other people that go on, Bill O'Reilly, are, opinion, all mixed together. Same thing for MSNBC. They have Rachel Maddow, and then at the same time they'll have Andrea Mitchell with David Gregory in the regular news organization. But that was a pretty heated exchange there yesterday between the two of them. And for Chris Wallace to say that Jon Stewart wants to be a political player, and Jon Stewart to say that's wrong, the reason people give him any credibility, he's a comedian, is that they're disappointed with the news. What do you think? 888-900-9966. 888-900-9966. I keep hearing that people get their news, young people, from The Daily Show, which is a satirical look at the news. Can that really be true? Meanwhile, on another television show, David Axelrod, who used to work for President Clinton in the White House, and I think he's working on his re-elect campaign right now, is saying that it's still cool to be an Obama supporter, despite the fact that his first term of his presidency hasn't been all sunshine and roses like a lot of people thought it would have been when he was elected. And here's David Axelrod saying, don't worry, it's still cool to support Obama.
I find it as cool to be an Obama supporter, having sat with him for 2 years in the White House and watching him work through some very difficult things with a lot of intelligence and grace and equilibrium. I have great admiration for him.
Is that cool? Was it ever cool? I guess it was, when all those people showed up in Grant Park in Chicago on the night he was elected, and it was very exciting to have the first black American president, a young president with young children, a guy who said, yes, I can. But is it still cool? The last space shuttle crew is heading to Florida. That is cool. Unfortunately, it's the last launch. Space Shuttle Atlantis is going to launch on July 8th, and that will be for the last time you'll ever see that orbiter get launched up into space, the 135th and final, and we're counting it down as they're retiring the Space Shuttle program. They're going to have dress rehearsals and training and all that sort of thing, so the countdown is on. Speaking of the countdown, what a beautiful transition. Keith Olbermann, who was on MSNBC, a lightning rod sort of guy, just like we're talking about, very left-leaning, is coming back to TV tonight. He couldn't get along with MSNBC. It was too cantankerous, too many problems. So he's going to be on Current TV at 8 o'clock every weeknight. Now, what's Current TV? That's owned by Al Gore. And tonight, his first guest will be Michael Moore from Michigan, the liberal commentator and filmmaker. He's been off the air since January, Keith Olbermann. Lawrence O'Donnell took his place at MSNBC, and the ratings went down immediately, from what I understand. So will Keith Olbermann, will people find him? And he turns to a guy from Michigan, Michael Moore, the biggest lefty of all, isn't he? To kick it off tonight on Current TV. You know, watch what you want, choose what you want, decide what you want, think what you want. We stay right down the middle on this program. You don't need us telling you what to think politically or otherwise. We lay it all out there for you and let you consider it. And best of all, we don't beat you over the head every morning. Nobody wants to start the morning complaining about this and that. We want to get going. We want to have some fun. We want to have a productive day and a day to remember. And it all starts right now here on this Pure Michigan Monday with Michael Patrick Shields on Michigan's Morning Show.